Hey, welcome back to the worm. You want to see something really dumb? I think this is going to be fun. Previously, we milled up some really garbage big pine logs. It's a lot of throwaway, but we got enough to make this frame for the attached doghouse. It needs to go up here and attach to the cabin. But as is the norm these days, my back is killing me and I don't want to try to pick that thing up and drag it. I guess technically we could just use a tape measure. I want to figure out where these feet are going to go. And I guess we'll just do feet like we did on the cabin here. Little concrete pad and then some weird cedar stumps. Yeah, gosh, it would be easy enough just to measure that and put it out here. But I don't want to. I have an idea. This is the kind of thing that really nobody should try to do except for me. Not because I have any skills or practice, but because if I rip the side off my cabin or something goes horribly wrong, I'm totally fine with it. We do this not because it needs to be done, but because it's really fun to see if you can make it work. You're gonna need some log tongs. I haven't really thought this through, but let's not think it through. A couple pulleys ought to do it. Snatch blocks. Did we ever figure that out? Are they pulleys or snatch blocks? I could just look it up, but somehow I feel like if I think about it long enough, the answer will be there. Yeah, that's not really how knowledge works, is it? Remember, did we do the cabin rafters 16 on center? Or 20 or 24? I think it's only 16. Oh yeah, they open more than 16. If you haven't used log tongs before, the more you pull, the more this pinches together and the tighter that goes on the log. So you actually get the most force the further open these are. If you try to drag a log that's 3 inches wide, the thing will just fall off of there. So I'm thinking 2 rafters. Yeah, that'll stay. So dumb. Yeah, that's not going to come off of there, I don't think. You know, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to just put my helmet on, though, in case that does come crashing down. I think I will. Sorry for the generator noise, but it's supposed to be cloudy and rainy for the next couple days, and I'm out of batteries in the cabin. We got all these cracks glued up. Come on. It only seems crazy if it doesn't work or it's a huge pain in the butt, but when it works, you're just like, oh yeah, clearly that's how you do it. There's nothing to it. It's so fun working with ropes and rigging and winches and cables and everything. And it's not like, I mean, that wasn't a time saver, but it only took, what, 5 minutes to set up. It's great. I think we got some leftover spikes around here somewhere to mark these. What did we build last? The kitchen, maybe? Sorry, I meant what did we build part of last? I think it was the kitchen. Just need a couple of those. What, you want these? What's going on? What's going on? Huh? Why are you bouncing so much? Stop bouncing. Why are you breathing so loud? Kuiper, come. Good boy. Oh, I don't have a treat for you. Sorry. But good job bringing it back. Oh yeah, we got to trim the bottoms of these out, the corners, so they'll sit on the stump eventually. think we're getting that out. Huh. I guess it doesn't matter if it's at an angle, right? It's too bad we can't put them both at an angle. That would look nice. You got that big hunk there. Well, maybe we could just chip that out. That would look cool. There's one huge boulder right here in the corner that I'm not digging out, so it's going to stay like that. Let's say a quick little prayer that this one goes as fast as the other one did. I can beat the rain. You know, that's what the heels on boots like this are for, right? Kicking shovels. That's definitely not true, but it works great. Got to be careful kicking too hard with these boots on though, because they're just, you know, the sole is only leather. It's like layer after layer and it's all nailed together. I think they're nailed from the inside. And since they're getting old, the nails are a little bit loose. If I take the boot off and I shake it and then put my foot in, some of the nails will be sticking up inside. It's a real danger being out here. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm still wearing my helmet, I put my hat back on, immediately got bit twice by those frickin' horrid deer flies. But I just closed the vents on the top of this thing and I don't get bit. It's especially nice just working with your hands to be able to do this real quick instead of looking around for some dirty glasses. Anybody seen the puppy in a while? Kuiper, what you eating, buddy? Is it snack time? He is one cozy dog. I love it. Maybe cozy's not the word, but whatever the opposite of aggression is. Nope. Nope. This is ideal. I'd like to have a boulder right in the middle. Pour the concrete. It's part of your foundation. I think that's all right. Both of them being turned with a touch of wonkage. I'm going to see if it's possible to do concrete work without lifting anything heavy. Figure if I line all this up in the trailer, I could back it right up and just dump it right in the holes. Tito was helping me get water since my back's been bad, and he hasn't been up in at least a month anyway. I'm a little afraid I'm going to run out of water. I mean, I could go and get a 5-gallon bucket, but you know, I fill a dozen at a time and fill my car up from the lake. Let's see how much we got left in here. I haven't checked in weeks. About a third. Guess I just have to stop showering. I can tell when it's getting low because my water pressure goes down quite a bit. Yeah, take quite a while to fill a bucket. You'd get a little bit better pressure setting it on the ground, but then I'd have to lift it. Hey, you know what? I'm going to show you something. Perhaps everybody knows about it. I think I found this stuff at a dollar store or something, and it was right after I poured the feet for the kitchen. Remember, I was in a super rush because winter was coming on. The ground temperature was dropping, and I had to get that stuff to set up. I didn't know this stuff existed. Set accelerator. We definitely don't need it today. Quickcrete Thermo Lube accelerates set time and improves early strengths, reducing the time that fresh concrete needs to be protected from freezing. See, that's what we needed. Yeah, it's only like a few ounces. Well, it says 3 to 10 ounces per 80 pounds. So you could do a lot of bags of concrete with 1 gallon of this. Anyway, didn't know it existed. Ooh, it's kind of settled. It's probably not even good anymore. This may well be the kind of thing you don't want to buy old and used. But next time I'm rushing to put some footings in before winter, you can just remind me that I got that sitting on the shelf there. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're stalking me. You can just lay down someplace cool, like this little palace you're working on right here. I'm gonna break my ankle in. I think I have a couple leftover bags from the kitchen in the lean-to, but I don't think I can carry them out. I think I'd run a pretty huge risk of blowing out my back. One inch too long, 1/4 inch too long. I just realized I screwed up. I should have put a diagonal brace on this because I did absolutely nothing to square these corners up. Luckily, the sides aren't that long, so I don't think it'll be off that much, but could be a few inches on the pad. We'll see. See that wiggle? Yep. Yeah, they're not perfectly centered. Not by far. Ooh, exactly 24. I planned that. All right, we got to find some feet. Some cedar feet. Man, all the poles I have down here, I kind of have plans for. Oh, that's kind of a cool forked one. I wonder if we could use that. Oh, it's got 3 tops to it. That would look really cool. I wonder if those are at a right angle. Let's try that for one of the feet. Skipped a little bit. It's because I got the wrong chain on here. No wonder it was so skippy. It's just trying, there was a little bit of bark in between there that I couldn't get to. I wanted to get that off so it doesn't collect bugs. It's probably not the best way to do this because this table isn't flat or probably level anymore. That's pretty good. And this has a little bit of a lean, so the stump's almost in the middle of the pad, which is fantastic. Hopefully those 2 screws in the wall will hold my weight. Oh, that almost took off the end of my finger. Wow, that would have been gnarly. Holding on to one of these things when you flip it over and it closes like scissors, that's a lot of weight. That definitely would have crushed some bone. Guess we need some floorboards, don't we? I was thinking about the floor in here. It's in a doghouse. Cedar would be best, right? I mean, all the walls are going to be cedar and everything, although I can't just leave raw wood floors in a doghouse either. It's going to have to be sealed. Maybe I have some of that sealer left that I did the floor in the cabin with. So maybe we should just do aspen. I'd rather do aspen because we've got aspen logs down, and I don't really want to waste my good big cedar logs on doghouse flooring. Let's go get that log down the trail back there that crushed my chainsaw. Hey buddy boy, want to go for a walk or are you busy? What you eating now? God, look at the size of his paws. His paws just don't stop growing. Look at those things. Let's go for a walk. Well, you walk. I'm not walking. Oh, yeah, we don't have to knock the tree down. We just need this log, or whatever's good of it. Somebody forgot to bring the chainsaw. It wasn't me. I brought the four-wheeler. It was you, doofus. Where's your chainsaw? I got it. Alright, so this side's bad, clearly. It's really too big a hole to even make it worth trying to get slabs off the top or the side of the bottom or anything. But the other side is pretty good. There might be a tiny little spot in the end. So, as usual, just gonna make campfire rounds off this thing until we get to something worth keeping. I don't really care if it's all garbage, except I'd like to keep at least 6 feet of it. That's actually not too bad there. There's some rot there, but this stuff is probably just discolored. I mean, there's water in it at some point, but I bet that's solid. You know what? The doghouse is 5.5 feet wide, so let's make it 6. Just do 2 6-foot logs, and then I can actually move them. And since the floor is so small, we can use the slightly garbagier lumber, rip the junk out of the middle of each board, and just use a bunch of little slats and stuff to put it all together. And then we'll have a good 6-footer down there for the next project. Or the roof, actually. This is always the log where I'm expecting to break this knife. Should probably have my face shield down when the blade snaps. I bet you this is going to be nice. Oh, yeah, it is. Gorgeous. It's going to be another one of those floors that you hate to walk on. It's not the best place to be right now. Now we're starting to get into some splits. It's kind of interesting. Now you can see the discoloration that was in the end of the log. If you follow it up here, you can clearly see it, but it's not like it's rotted out or anything. But there's so much tension in the whole log that when you take a thin slab off, sometimes it pops open. Like you see the split there, and that's not even in one of the discolored parts. I don't think that's going to be enough lumber. I thought one log was going to do it. If they were all good, it would probably be enough. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they get smaller, 6. And the thing's 5.5 feet. We got to cut some chunks out. So weird. Something's going on this season. The shrooms are coming out like a couple months early. I keep a note in my phone, kind of a ringworm yearly calendar, like when the first mosquito comes out, or a certain bird, or the black flies, or some kind of flower. This is my puffball farm, and they don't generally come out for 2 more months. Crazy, right? I don't know what that's all about. I don't think it's been particularly warm, but I mean, there has been a lot of rain. But there's not a lot of rain in the summer before the puffballs come out. That's strange. Oh, there's more. You can see them just coming out there. Wow, there are whole bunches. I don't think I saw them here last year. But you know what? This was the area. Was it 2 years? I think it was 2 years ago that I spread all the spores. It's either chance that I'm finding them now, or maybe spores actually would kind of make sense. The spore hit the ground 1 year, and then it spreads out underground, and then maybe the second year they come up. Oh man, look at this. There's a whole bunch that already dried out. Well, we're gonna have a lot of tasty omelets in the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure if you're allowed to eat them or not, but I guess you're gonna find out on your own, huh? Since you eat everything. Nope, that saw's not gonna do it. You know, I hate to say it, I think I'm gonna have to put a real door in the man cave, like a store-bought door. 3 or 4 days ago I went in there and there's just like a million ants getting underneath the bottom of the door, which is weird because there's nothing tasty for them in there. And just now I went and opened the door, pushed it in, and 3 of those Sawyer beetles fell down on me. Like they're up above the door, between the door frame and the top of the door. And I've got rubber weather stripping in there to get it to seal and everything, but it's nearly impossible to always, with arms full of tools and everything, pull it closed. You got to reach up there and latch it with both hands. Kind of hate to do it because I like that door, but well, we'll put it on the list. It's number 673, I think. It's the kind of wood, even that saw barely goes through it. Look at that stuff. Chainsaw. There's a reason that you that you wear a dust mask when you do this stuff. Oh man, my throat and my upper lungs are itchy. I noticed it about halfway through. I should have stopped, but I'm an idiot, so I didn't. How far do you think that's going to go? My guess is not far enough. I usually think it's going to go farther than it is, but my guess is going to be right here. I think there's no sense in not slapping them on there before dragging another log and milling another log. Oh, but you know what? We're gonna have to cut some more of the cabin out here, because these floorboards are gonna have to go all the way up in there. You can just see the house wrap. It's gonna have to hit that, and then let's see. This is the door. This wall is gonna go right there to that edge, and we're gonna put it over the siding. So we cut the siding back to there. Which means at very least we need to cut this little bit out just so we can fit the floorboards in. I mean, you could clearly just cut the door out of here now, except that I just have bugs and crap going in the cabin. Man, that stuff really got me. I don't know why. It wasn't even particularly rotten in the middle. This wood has two different smells. If you get just white wood, just perfect aspen, it smells lovely. And if you get the tiniest bit of rot in the middle of it and you mill it, or you rip it like that, it just has this funky smell. This batch didn't smell particularly funky, so I don't know what's up. God, that winch trick is great. Oh, you know what? This has to get stuffed under there, so I'm actually going to have to pound the nails in. I hate pounding the nails in. I'm going to put a lot of nails in all of these too, just to keep them from warping, and when they crack, they don't spread out. Don't crush your fingers. Oh. Probably screw that to the cabin a little better, huh? I always go back later on and route these cracks out so I can caulk them. Before I put these down here, I could route all these first. And I know it's the inside of a doghouse, but it would look better rather than just trying to freehand it later on. I think we'll do that. Oh, these things are so cool looking. I sent it to Sarah because, you know, that's romantic. I send her pictures of all my bugs. She said, "Oh, it looks like half a wasp, half a beetle." Yeah, that was a pretty good guess, huh? They're so cool. But sadly, bye-bye. See, look at that. I was terrified to guess two generously. There's my mark. We're gonna get, oh, we're gonna get so close to the end. Oh yeah, look at that. With like an inch and a half to spare. That's fantastic. Oh yeah, pre-routing is definitely the way to go. Oh yeah, you can eat that off if you want. I tried to find him a minute ago and he wasn't in his normal hiding places, and I called him to come and he didn't show up. It's probably a training error, but he won't come if he's too close to me and I call him. He has to be like a long ways away. And I think he hit bedrock underneath here, so he's digging his way back underneath the cabin. There you go, show us how it's done. Oh, now you're gonna hang out there. Ooh, right on the corner of the concrete. That looks comfy. Doesn't that look great? Love it. What do we have to do next? We gotta let this dry for a little bit, frame the walls and or figure the roof. Holy cow, does this thing look small now that this is on here. I wonder if I should have made this a foot lower. That's gonna be really short. I was thinking we'd make it the same pitch roof as the real roof. Maybe it doesn't matter so much though. It'll have to be a little flatter because the only thing is the snow, just being able to get the snow off of it, but it's so low it'll be easy to clear. But then also, you've got all that runoff from there hitting this and bouncing back on the side of the cabin and the window. That's going to be a problem. I guess I could put like a 10-foot gutter on there. Maybe that'd be the thing to do. Yeah, it's going to have to be maybe like that and then hop up a ways. This is going to be really bizarre. But I can't think of any reason we got to get back underneath this thing, so let's nail it. He's going to go deaf under there. Do I have any treats? I do. I'll have to go a ways away. Piper, come. Well, I tried 5 times to keep him out from underneath here. Even gave him 2 new bones. He worked on them for like 5 minutes and came right back, so I guess he's deaf, but he loves the doghouse. You know, there's one thing that I probably should have done before I nailed all these in, is check somehow to see if this floor lines up with the cabin floor there. I mean, it should be close, because remember last time we took the jiggle saw from the inside, made it level with the floor and poked out. I don't know, it's probably within an 1/8 or so. I guess if we have to, we can sand it down so it's an even transition, because there's absolutely no way that those floors are going to line up just exact. Anyway, I think we did good work, and I am just so happy we didn't have to get into that second log. So the log that's left out there starts clearly where this one ended. So the roddiest parts of this log that, you know, a couple of them I had to trim out are the least roddy parts of the next log, which means we're going to get a couple more board feet out of it, and we're going to need a couple more to do the roof on this. both because it's slanted, but also it has to stick off this way, and that way. When I think of it, there's no way that's going to be enough. Well, we've got more around here. There's always more down Aspen. Speaking of that, maybe we should take a quick look at that huge Aspen log that we got saved for the roof of the kitchen. Kuiper, come. He's slow moving in the heat. Barely trotting, huh, buddy? Good boy. Yeah, I don't think anything's moved into it yet. That's the baddest spot. And the other end is freaking perfect. We could take a little chunk out of here, mill it all into 1 inch, set it aside for the kitchen. Just use the little bit that we need. That sound like a plan, dude? I'm trying to remember now if we saved anything for rafters for the doghouse. Did we? I don't think we did. I think we just milled everything up into 2x4s except for the stuff that we just used for floor joists. Well, come back next week. We'll build us some walls, maybe a roof, who knows. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. You'll still be here, won't you? Yeah, there's plenty of holes to be dug and sticks to be at. You kind of stink, you know. Oh, you smell like those nasty bones. That was my fault.